Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so glad you decided to join me here today for another quick online English lesson to help you improve your English, become more fluent, and become more confident. Today, one of the things we're going to be talking about is food. Specifically, we're going to be talking about English food idioms, and we're going to be discussing my favorite 10 food idioms, and we're going to get all that started in just a second. Hey guys, thank you again for joining us here today. My name is Ryan. If you don't know me, I'm the founder of Online Language Instructors. We provide online language lessons to help you speak English more fluently and confidently. If you like today's video, if you could help us out by just pressing the like button. And if you want more lessons like this directly to your inbox every week, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, our very first food idiom comes from a word that I'm sure you've used many times before. It's used in food and drinks all around the world. It's a lemon. A lemon. But when we use a lemon in an idiom, it doesn't quite have the same meaning that I think you think it would. A lemon, when we use it in an idiom, means something you buy or something you purchase that doesn't turn out to be the same as you thought it would be. So when I was a young boy, I bought my first sports car. It was a beautiful red Honda Prelude. Loved this car. It was awesome. It was everything I wanted in my first car. I test drove it. It was awesome. It was fast. It was cool. I went and paid the money for this car, brought it home the next week, was really excited to show it to all my friends. Drove it around, and wouldn't you know it, the very first week I bought this car, it broke down and it cost me a ton of money to fix. Turns out I bought a real lemon. I bought a car that wasn't what I thought it would be, and it ended up costing me a lot of money to fix. So our first food idiom is a lemon. A lemon. The next idiom comes from a word that I'm sure you're all familiar with, cake. The food idiom I'm talking about, I'm sure you've heard it before, is a piece of cake. A piece of cake. And a piece of cake refers to something that is very easy to do. Very little difficulty for you to do it. Example, for me, helping my daughter with her math problem was a piece of cake. It was difficult for her, so she asked for my help, but for me, it was a piece of cake. It was very easy. The next English food idiom refers to something that is not very expensive at all, something that is very cheap, perhaps something you got on sale. It's cheap as chips. Cheap as chips. Like this shirt. I bought this shirt a couple weeks ago. It was on sale at a store. It was cheap as chips. How does it look? Does it look okay? All right. All right, I hope you're still with us. I hope you haven't gotten too hungry and rushed off to the kitchen to eat some food. Our next idiom is bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon. And bacon in this idiom means money. And bring home the bacon means to earn money. So near Christmas time, I always have a long list of presents I need to buy for my friends and family. So around Christmas time, myself, like many others, really need to work extra hard so we can bring home the bacon, so we can buy all those gifts and pay all of our expensive Christmas bills. Bring home the bacon. All right. Staying with the theme of delicious desserts, it seems all of these food idioms are things that are delicious and are making me really hungry. The next idiom is have one's cake and eat it too. Have one's cake and eat it too. This food idiom refers to something that perhaps you don't deserve or something that you don't qualify for. An example would be a girl that I used to work with wanted a pay raise, but she didn't want to do any of the extra work associated with her new job. So she wanted her cake and she wanted to eat it too. She wanted two things, but she wasn't willing to make a sacrifice for one of them. So to have one's cake and eat it too. The next one is bread and butter. Bread and butter. Now, bread and butter refers to something you do, which is your main source of income. The main way you get money to pay for your house, your food, your car, the things you need to survive. So for me, teaching English is my bread and butter. Bread and butter. All right, the next English food idiom is cry over spilt milk. Cry over spilt milk. And this happens when someone is very sad or very upset about something that is beyond their control, something that's happened in the past. As in, there's no use crying over spilt milk. So an example would be if you lose something, you've lost something, you're looking for it all over, and you're very, very upset about it. It's probably gone forever. There's no use getting upset about it. There's no use crying about losing it. It's already happened. Move forward. There's no use crying over spilt milk. All right, the next food idiom I'm sure you've heard many, many times, but usually this idiom is used in the negative form. That is cup of tea, and specifically, not my cup of tea. When someone says, hey, that's not my cup of tea, it means something that they don't like very much. So for me, I hate to say it, but football is not my cup of tea. I just can't watch all those 1-1 games. All right, the next food idiom is finger in every pie. And usually this has a bit of a negative connotation to it, meaning someone who has a lot of power or influence. He has his finger in every pie. An example would be, my old boss seemed to have his finger in every pie. He didn't really allow us to do our jobs ourselves. He really wanted to control everything. He had his finger in every pie. All right, and number 10, we finally come to our very last English food idiom. The last idiom, number 10, is take with a pinch, a little bit, take with a pinch of salt. This refers to when you shouldn't really believe in something entirely. Perhaps it's something that's been a little exaggerated. And I'm sure many of you have been on the internet and read or watched a video that you thought was a little over the top, that had a little bit of hyperbole or exaggeration. So when you see something like that on the internet that doesn't seem quite true, you should take it with a pinch of salt. Well, there you go. There's our 10 food idioms. These are idioms I use all the time. These are idioms that are going to come up in your everyday English conversation, whether talking about food or not. See how well you can remember those 10 food idioms we just talked about with these 10 questions. I want you to look at these sentences and try to match them with one of the idioms we just talked about.